Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer content, and today I am running a list which I saw on the dark corner of the internet we know as Reddit. It's a Boros Legends deck, so you might have seen something similar. Sort of Esper Legends and things was quite popular in Standard for a while, and it's essentially just making use of a lot of legendary creatures and their enablers to do more powerful things than you could do with just normal creatures. So we've got a number of kind of legendary enablers like Mox Amber, which is a 0 mana legendary artifact that allows us to add 1 mana of any colour among legendary creatures and planeswalkers we control. So in a deck like this, this will allow us to power out multiple 1-drops and 2-drops very, very quickly and kind of overwhelm the opponent in quite an aggro style. It's not dissimilar to the way that kind of humans and other decks like that try to win. We've also got Plaza of Heroes, which is a land which allows us to add 1 mana of any colour if we're spending it to cast legendary spells, and also 1 mana of any colour among legendary permanents we control, and also to protect one of our legendary creatures as well. So that's a very good addition to the deck. Soken-Zan and Iganja are also lands with channel abilities that get cheaper based on the number of legendary creatures we control, so we can potentially use multiple of these in one game or another. And then in terms of our legendary creatures themselves, so we've got a couple of new ones from recent sets. So we've got Basri, Tomorrow's Champion, 2/1 for 1, legendary human knight. You can pay 1 and a white and tap it and exert it, which means it doesn't untap during your next untap step, to create a 1/1 white creature token with lifelink. Cycling of 3, and when you cycle it, cats you control gain hexproof and indestructible. So this is aggressively costed, 2/1, but also allows us to create some tokens as well and go wide and overwhelm the opponent. Kytheon, Hero of Agros, 2/1 for 1. Similarly, at the end of combat, if it and at least 2 other creatures attack this combat, you can exile it and turn it into Gideon Battleforged, which is a planeswalker with various abilities, including the kind of classic Gideon ability of turning into a creature. And you can pay 3 to give Kytheon indestructible as well, so you can protect it in a way that allows you to definitely guarantee that you're flipping. And then Kellan, Planar Trailblazer, another 2/1 for 1, this time in red, but it's one of those kind of upgrade cards, so you can pay 2 to turn it into a Human Fairy Detective, which gives you some card advantage, and then pay 3 later on if it's already a detective to turn it into a rogue and make it 3/2 and gain double strike. And also Zergo Bellstriker, 2/2 for 1, legendary creature, can't block creatures with power 2 or greater. Well, who on earth is blocking in a deck like this? So yeah, those are our kind of new, so a lot of new 1-drops from recent sets that kind of makes the whole Legends package come together. Our other 1-drop is Squirreled Defectomite, great card at protecting our other Legends, as well as occasionally getting in for a bit of toxic damage. 4 copies of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, classic legendary creature, making our opponent's non-creature spells cost more. I mean, it makes ours cost more as well, but we're less fussed about that. Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, great card advantage and counter, +1/+1 counter enabler. Arabella, which I have tried before and I'm determined to make work. 1/3 for 2 legendary artifact. When it attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. Hopefully will be a significant amount of damage in this deck, maybe potentially doing 4 or 5. And we got a couple of Sheltered by Ghosts as well as a great tempo, an anti-aggro card, does kind of all of the things, exiles an opponent's non-land permanent, protects the creature that we've enchanted with it. It's just a great card. Adeline, or Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Seen this before in many humans decks. Power equal to the number of creatures you control, creates humans when we attack. And then one that I don't think we've used before is Anim Pakal, Thousandth Moon. So this is from one of the Ixalan sets, 1/2 for 3. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then create X 1/1 gnome artifact creatures that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. So it's got that kind of Krenko ability to just keep going, get bigger and bigger, and if it's not answered, you're just going to get more and more 1/1s out of it. And then just to give us some additional punch through to kind of make the aggro style of this deck work, we have Embercleave, another legendary card, but this time in equipment. Comes down potentially for just red if we're attacking with 4 creatures, and then it instantly attaches to a creature we control. That gives it +1/+1 double strike and trample, which is a pretty fearsome combination. So yeah, I've talked through some of the lands already, the legendary lands and the legendary land enablers, but we've got a couple of Cavern of Souls because we do run quite a lot of humans, so that's worth bearing in mind that this will affect most of our creatures and can potentially get them around counter spells. And then we've just got some dual lands, mainly fast lands, guaranteeing they're coming into play untapped, and a basic land as well. And then the sideboard, 3 portable holes, some additional removal, wear and tear, again, does a similar thing. Very good in red-white because we can cast both sides of it. Or potentially, either side or both. Rest in peace, graveyard hate, we don't really care about our own graveyard. Few lightning helixes, so this is good anti-aggro tech as well, just gains us a little bit of life as well as punching a blocker out of the way potentially. Lauren of the third path, good enchantment and artifact removal, as well as potentially drawing us into more cards. Redain slows down opponents who are running control decks and things like that. And then fun one in the sideboard is Urza's Ruinous Blast, which is not a card you see a huge amount of, but it's a legendary sorcery. So you can only cast it if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker, which shouldn't be too much of a problem in this deck. 5 mana, exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. So this will often be a 5 mana one-sided board wipe that we can bring in and use as required. So yeah, that is the deck. As I say, it's not my own. I saw it on the interwebs. So yeah, you can check out, there's probably a more detailed deck tech about how this works, but let's see how it actually plays. That'll be an interesting one to try out. As I say, it's got something of the mono-white humans about it, but a slightly different build. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go on to the ladder. So yeah, the rank has reset for the month, so we are back down in silver, but hopefully shouldn't be there too long. So this looks like a control deck, and I think this is a pretty good hand against control. So I think I'm going to start with Basri, because that is a good one to potentially just start creating value out of. Not that Basri is not the worst. So let's get Skrelv down, Kellan. So they are running a little into the danger of temporary lockdown. Yeah, fine. So we'll power up Kellan here. Another Skrelv isn't really doing it for us. So I think... yeah, I thought they'd get rid of Kellan here. That's okay. We're still threatening their life total quite a lot. Okay, Plaza of Heroes is not bad. It will allow us to protect one of our legends from a verdict or something like that. No, I smell a Wandering Emperor here, but I think, again, because I have Plaza, I'm kind of okay with that. I'll just attack with Basri. Let's get Iganjo down, pass the turn again. Could just be Memory Deluge. The planes. Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Okay, well, I don't mind playing another Plaza of Heroes here. Is it worth trying to play Adeline? They've almost certainly got a counter spell. But if they've only got no more lies, then I do have the mana to overcome that. Well, they've run me out of basic lands. Don't see absorb that often, but that is an annoyance. So they are on 8 again. The absorb has done them pretty good work here.
If you show remorse, I'll hurry.
Yeah, Teferi's a problem. Yeah, I think they are pretty much turning the corner on us here. We haven't quite drawn into enough stuff. It's been quite land heavy, unfortunately. I'll try and land Kellan and see what happens. Yeah, alright. Okay, so anti-control, we want Redain. And I think, in general, we should be quite good against what they're up to. It is frustrating that we drew quite badly there. Thalia's good against them. I think Sheltered by Ghosts. It's okay at hitting their Planeswalkers, actually. So I think I'll trim and anim. Don't want Portable Hole, Wear and Tear, Lightning Helix. No, I think that's fine. As I say, in general, I feel like this isn't a terrible matchup. But we did just overdraw lands there. Yep, this will do. Potential turn to Adeline here is pretty spicy. So with Plaza, we'll get Kithian down and Mox Amber under any spell pierces or something like that. Yeah. That's sad. Okay. Inty it is. I could potentially get rid of that Portable Hole later with the Sheltered by Ghosts, but let's see what else happens here. Am I playing Adeline? Well, let's attack. Discard duplicate Adeline. Try and get Redain down. I think if it does come down, they're in quite a lot of trouble. No, they have no more lies. Okay. Well, they've had the perfect answers so far. Let's see if they can keep it up. No lockdown is good. That allows us to get Adeline down next turn. Which we shall. I think let's discard Sacred Foundry. Pump our token. Soken Zan's a good draw. We can just play that. Now, Verdict will be a problem here, but I just don't think I can play around that. Okay, they do not have the mana, so that's a pretty nice thing to have happened. So this does represent lethal, if they don't have anything else. Yep. Okay, being on the play there with the right combination of cards worked out pretty well for us. Now, do I want portable holes for their portable holes? Da-da-dum. That is a tough one. I feel like Sheltered by Ghosts is probably enough. Well, I'm not thrilled about how slow Basri is in this matchup. Let's take out a couple of those and stick in some portable holes. Just in case. Yeah, this is a decent opening hand. Kellan on turn 1, potentially Thalia on turn 2. So they have a portable hole. I think that much we know. Sadly, I can't play both Kellan and Kythian here. I think I would rather them stick with Kellan in a portable hole. Yep. Oh, they're going after my Amber. Interesting. In which case, I am tempted to just portable hole away their portable hole. Then attack. Now let's get Thalia down and make everything they try and do just that little bit more expensive. Well, we live in fear of a temporary lockdown, but I do feel like playing Kythian is the right thing to do here. Because if I can flip it next turn, then we are off to the wacky races. Baza the Bounding Spring. Ah. Oh, that's quite annoying. Let's get some 1/1s down. Ooh, Ember Cleave. Now you've got me interested. Yeah. Okay, so I can protect Kythian here. I can get Embercleave down and kill their Baza. Yeah, I could just put Embercleave on Kythian. That would involve losing Thalia. Yeah, let's do that.
Virtue will always triumph.
Okay, let's untap one of our 1/1s and give it indestructible. Play another Kellan.
Has its perks.
That way it can keep their Baza away from my Gideon. Okay. Right, well, let's turn Gideon into a creature. Stick Embercleave on him. And they've got no choice but to block. No, they just die if they do that, so I'll take that. Excellent. Well done, Gideon. Yep, this is a good opening hand, I think. So we'll start with Vantage, get Skrelv down. Opponent's on a, I assume what is Phoenix, although it could be Lotus Field as well. Although I don't think Lotus Field plays Sleight of Hand. Either way, let's get Thalia down, because that will slow them down considerably. Unfortunately, it also makes my Mox Amber more expensive, but you know, we don't need to worry about that. So, Anim Pakal. Let's make some gnomes. And our Thalia is protected by our Skrelv here, which is really good. Okay, so they are running, this is Lotus Field, in which case... So, I could attack with all here and play Embercleave for... And I feel like that's worth doing because they're probably not going to have a huge amount of interaction in this deck. So let's stick Embercleave on here. Get them down to 3, play Kythian, say go. So they basically have to win this turn, which I think is unlikely. Especially not without a Lotus Field. Yep. So, what do I like against Lotus Field? I think Redain is good. Thalia is obviously great. Skrelv, I think we need fewer of, so we'll pop one of those away. Rest in Peace, I mean, they do use their graveyard, but probably not enough. Portable Hold does get rid of things like Artist Talent, so I think it's probably worth sticking in a couple of those. Wear and Tear. Nyeh. I think this is probably fine. Probably. I think it's fine. This hand is not fine. This hand is. Expedition map. We'll let them fetch a Lotus Field eventually. Same shame we don't have a 1-drop, but I think Thalia is too good a card to miss out on here. Oh, there you are, Basri. Late as usual. I say as usual, I played this card like once. So they will now go and fetch their Lotus Field. Which I think is fine while I'm making stuff more expensive. So I'll get Inti down. Discard duplicate Thalia. that's slightly awkward in terms of our mana, but that's fine. Blech. Blech. I hate it all. I hate all of it. Right, Adeline it is. One mana. Rude. That is pretty rude, to be fair. Okay, we'll try again. I feel like we have been slowed down enough here that we're not going to be able to stop them. They've got 7 mana online. Stock up. That's a good recent addition, actually. I kind of didn't really clock this card when Aether spoilers were coming out, but it seems to be pretty good. Yeah, so we could just pass the turn, that'd be really great. So, Anim Pakal. So, win this turn or die is basically your option, I think. And they may well be able to win this turn. There. Okay, they've got enough mass removal to stop us doing our thing really here. Stop casting into the Floodmoor. I'm still waiting for them to actually win. Hidden strings. It's when they start casting Pour over the pit. You know, I'm generally quite a patient man, but they're really pushing their luck here. They are generally annoying me. What? What on earth is going on? I don't like it. Stop it. Shock this in just because I can. Another hidden strings. I mean, they are. They might just have nothing. If it's just a land. Looks like it might well be. Ooh, can't hit that, unfortunately. But what I can do... I could take away Artist Talent. I think that's probably enough. That it's justifiable. So let's take that away. Just makes their... And, you know... The fact that they're running 9 lives is... Adeline is a good answer for 9 lives. Blech. Okay, well that's quite annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we just weren't quite quick enough there. Do I want anything different? Do I actually just want Rest in Peace? I feel like I might as well put it in because it does kill their ability to use Lear. I think it is just better than... what's not so great here? Don't think I need Sheltered by Ghosts when I'm on the play. Shimmer Kellan as well. Don't really have time to be sinking mana into that. Creature deck, no creatures. So, I think I'll put back Cavern of Souls here. Let's start with Basri. Then Thalia is very necessary. Just slow them down a little. Yep. Cavern of Souls decent, so we'll put that on human. That's Inti. Yeah, I think I will decline to discard here. Actually, I actually kind of want all of these. So I can go get a Lotus field. And that is all they can do this turn. So they're on the hook for quite a lot of damage here. So we'll grow our Thalia by discarding Portable Hole. And this Adeline gets around Anger of the Gods, so I think I will play that now. Or like, yeah, if they have like Brotherhood's End or something like that. Which they may well do. Yep. I think they're still dead here, because this goes to... This makes it a 3-4, then, yeah. Marvellous. Well, we'll do one more. This has been quite fun. Mm-hmm. So we'll start with Basri again. I feel like he's always a good one-drop. Occasionally used for creating cats. You leave my hand alone. I feel like Kithian's probably the right choice here. Well, it depends on what else, if they have enough removal, but like, yeah, Kithian is not a fun one to be coming up against. So we'll get that down. Play Zergo, so we have our 3 creatures. Interesting. Satoru deck. Nice. Okay, I like what they have going on here. I mean, I don't like it that much, but I tolerate what they have going on here. But I think it is going to be worth attacking with Kithian. It's fine. I'll sink the mana into making this indestructible. untap our Basri and make it indestructible until next turn.
Worthy opponent.
Yikes. Well, we all enjoyed that, didn't we? I enjoyed it, certainly. Yeah, that's...
That won't happen again.
Okay. Shouldn't laugh. Did. So if they're running a Satoru deck, I think Portable Hold's pretty good. Lightning Helix as well. Maybe a couple of those. Wear and Tear. Urza's Ruinous Blast. I'm disappointed I have not got to use Urza's Ruinous Blast, but we just haven't come across opponents whose decks are particularly conducive to using that. What do I want to take out? 5 cards to trim. Thalia seems less good here, I have to say. And let's get rid of 1 Arabella on the draw. This is a keep. It is unfortunately a little on the slow side. But I might be able to hit a Satoru with like a Sheltered by Ghosts or summon. Wow. Being ninjutsu'd. No, that's a pretty neat interaction, always is. And Ornithopter again. I beg your pardon. Problem is with putting Shelter by Ghosts on Kythian is that if I do flip it, it will just fall off, and I don't really want that. So instead, I'm going to Lightning Helix their pale imitation of my Kythian. How dare they? Dare use my own spells against me, etc., etc. Yeah, more cards. More cards. So many cards. I do like the idea of using Ornithopter in these decks. I can kind of dig it. Good lord. Well, I will play Adeline. It's a good blocker for Moon Circuit hackers. Not hugely like hopeful that it's going to survive. Yeah, well, survive, but so I get to loot again twice, which I don't love. I don't love it. I don't love it one bit. Yeah, I will just pass the turn with Soken Zan and my hexproof stuff available to me here, because I can potentially ambush them with Soken Zan. Yep. Block and block. Get rid of both of those, hopefully. Marvelous. Yeah, well, that was the trade-off, I suppose. Bleh, bleh. Ah, where have all my creatures gone? No. Sheesh. We'll get rid of the Flood Pit's Drowner. That will extend the clock. It's only a matter of time before they draw a... See, they are actually... I'm fine. Nah. Yeah, no, that was grim.
Don't worry, Chen. I've got this.
Right. Other Lightning Helix, Arabella back in. 2 copies of a Nim Pakal out. We go again. Yes. Basri. And Skrelv. That's how you play four cards on turn 1. That is how the game is played. Maybe I should have waited and just exerted it for a cat. I'm not sure. Maybe next turn. Interesting. What am I going to get rid of here? I will get rid of Skrelv. Not thrilled by these follow-up draws. Oh, another fairy miscreant, you say? Well, that's nice. Ooh, Inti's not bad. Yeah, let's have that down. I think I'm okay to discard Embercleave here. Do I want to portable hole away one of their fairies? I probably should, just because they might have a Thought Seize or something. I don't love it. Don't love that either. Don't love any of it. Go away. Bleh. Fine. Cavern, human, just in case they have any counter spells. I would have liked to discard that with Inti actually, but you know. You seem to have drawn an absolute dearth of creatures this game. See, I'm getting ninjutsu'd here. Oh no, I'm not. That's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's only a token, isn't it? Let's exert Basri again. Ooh, I don't mind having a Neem Pakal. So let's grow that. We'll have to lose one of our creatures to a Mutavault, but we're kind of generating more than we're losing, so... Yeah, I don't mind trading one of our tokens for a Fairy Miscreant. That seems like a decent exchange to me. Ooh, Lively Helix is great here. So let's send in Anim Pakal. Pass the turn. Oh, I don't think so. No, 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 no. Very good. Well, that was a strong performance from Boros Legends there. I'm impressed. Just the ability to kind of just get so much stuff out on the battlefield is not to be sniffed at. So let's grab a new pack. I think I'll get a mythic pack this time, just because there's quite a few mythic cards which are potentially might need to craft at some point. But we've got a fair few to open here, so let's see what we get. Let's start with Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Oh, wild card, not going to complain about that. Redshift. What? Why is this goblin? Why is this goblin? Anyway, Muyanling, probably not the best mythic, but we might see it turn up somewhere. And the Speed Demon. Yeah, we'll probably try one copy of that in a Demon's deck at some point, given its synergy with that archetype. But yeah, that was an impressive deck. I can see why people were raving about it on Reddit. But yeah, hopefully you've now seen it perform a little, and it's done some good work. So yeah, good cards. Basri was good. Kithian is great. If you can ever turn this into Gideon, you're just having a great time. And, you know, it's basically a 1-mana planeswalker. Yeah, no, some really good stuff there. Interesting stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Here's the deck list one more time. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.